I'm shocked, to be honest, because I would have thought these ones would have really outgrown these. So before we do anything, I want to do a quick update on all the plants that was featured in this video on this channel so far, because we're going to start planting. Obviously, for the 1st of February, we're all going to start planting, aren't we? Definitely. You may have planted stuff maybe last month, but a lot of people don't. They start probably February into March and onwards. So yeah, let's do a quick update. But yeah, and one thing's happened with the garlic, which is pretty interesting, to be honest. I honestly did not expect this. In the last video, what we did, we planted we did the Venus flytrap. I know a lot of people didn't watch it, but yeah, if you wanted to watch it, it's the previous video. I'll try and link it up if I can. Yeah, we planted the Venus flytrap in moss, which was quite interesting. I've never done that before. And then we sorted the cactus out, which I completely was growing wrong. And you'll see the mistake I've made now. So yeah, I'll just update you on these ones. So this is the Venus flytrap. So we said this may have gone dormant. That's what we were looking for. But actually, within a week, it seems to be producing more growth. I'll just show you on this one here. You can see it's fresh one here. I'm not going to water it today because it's still really wet, and obviously I know the roots aren't prone to go in root rot, but I don't want to encourage that. So I'm not going to set it in water at the moment, because a lot of you who do grow Venus flytraps, it is only February. It's still cold, and obviously we're not getting a lot of sun, so I don't want to kind of hurt him at the moment. But yeah, so I don't know if this is going to go dormant at this stage. There are some leaves going darker, but there are some leaves going greener, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But if it does go black, I'm going to assume it's going dormant. Yeah, so these are the cacti cactus. I'm not going to touch it. So what I was doing, I held these in water way too long, and all through the winter. So if they survive, I'll be very shocked. But I'm trying to dry them out. But the problem is with drying them out is because the weather's not so good. So I'm hoping I can dry them out really well, and then they can do what they need to do. I think they're supposed to shrivel up a little bit and produce kind of some antifreeze. I don't think they'll do that now because, I mean, we're coming into spring, so we'll see. But hopefully they will survive and I haven't damaged them too much. But I'll show you one of them, which is this one. And unfortunately, you can see the damage. See where it's gone, or like it's dying there, and here it's snapped off. So, and to get to the stage with these plants, that took one year, and that's my fault for not researching how to grow them properly. But this is an example of gardening, I suppose. But I still have two more. Hopefully they will survive and they won't rot. I'm going to leave that now because you never know, it might start rooting. So let's push them in, and fingers crossed. I doubt it, but you never know. Okay, just a quick update on the potatoes. These are the potatoes that we put out just to like dry out, is what you do. Some people put them, I say eggshells last video. I didn't mean eggshells. I meant, the egg cartons. They sit them on the, kind of like a boiled egg. They sit them on it, and then they, put them in the windowsill for them to dry out and produce these sort of nodule root things. If you can feel, there you go. Yeah, nodule root things. I have these left over. So I said in the last video, if you want me just to get kind of like a pot and throw all these in, or like a grow bag or something, throw them all in with some soil and just see what happens. Just let me know if you want to see that. I think it'll be interesting. I might just do it anyway. But yeah, that'll be something interesting to follow. The suspense, garlic. So as you can see already, there's a change. So if you can remember, if you watched the video when we planted these, I'll just remind you. So we have normal supermarket garlic, we have the organic supermarket garlic, and these are the kind of like the cheap seeded garlic you would buy from a cheap shop, so to speak. I've tested all of them from growth. We started them in pots, and now we've transported them to here probably about 3-4 weeks ago, because they were outgrowing the pots massively. So I'm going to go through them. So as you can see, the supermarket garlic seems to be doing really well, the normal one. We've even got 2 on this one. I planted 6 of each. All 6 have grown, and they seem to be doing really well. The organic supermarket garlic, all of them bar 1 have grown. I've not added another one because I want to keep this kind of all fair. I don't want to add another one, and then so we're going to see what grows, how many grows, the height they grow, and the bulbs they produce. Just interesting comparing them. And then we have this one. So this is the one you would probably buy from a shop, especially if you were starting gardening. And you can see the growth rate is completely different. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but these ones do look a lot healthier, which is interesting because these ones are from obviously the supermarket, which you're not supposed to grow. These ones you are supposed to grow, and they look like the top of the leaves are gone yellow. I don't know. I mean, they're in the same conditions. I've not done or changed anything. I've not watered them. I've just let nature do its thing here. I've not put any mulch on purposely because I just want them all to go through the same kind of process and put a mulch on. I mean, you are supposed to kind of, but they're in a pot, so I don't. I think the pot will heat up quite well anyway, so it shouldn't really cause too many problems for them. But yeah, very interesting. We're also going to keep following these throughout the season, so please subscribe and yeah, please subscribe and just if you want to keep a heads up on these, it's really interesting. I'm shocked to be honest because I would have thought these ones would have really outgrown these. Yeah, but you can never predict what's going to happen in gardening. So there you go. But these ones have produced more leaves, so I don't know. Right at the start of winter, well, probably about end of November, I think, we planted these onions. No garlic, sorry, not onions. Them ones are onions. These ones are garlic. So these are the garlic, same as the supermarket ones and the others. What we've done is we just mixed them all up and just threw them in here. I had loads spare. I didn't want to go out and buy normal seeded ones, so I just thought, I don't know why I call them seeded ones. It's just say normal ones you're supposed to plant. And I basically just planted them all in here and just put some straw on top very lightly, and I've just left it. And these seem to be growing very nice actually. I think they've basically caught up with them. Planting garlic straight into the ground um, is a lot better maybe and faster. These onions, I will give you a closer look to these in a minute. Yeah, so these onions, I've done the same with these. Usually I don't put straw on top. I've only done it because I planted them in November, so I wanted to keep the soil a tiny bit more warm. I will be taking this straw off very lightly, but they are poking through nicely. Yeah, they're doing really well actually. I'm surprised. Usually when I do winter, they usually are not too far behind the normal onions, which I will be planting in a couple of weeks, probably in these two beds here. So I'll have my winter onions, and then I'll have my two obviously yeah, my two summer onions a bit after. So I'm not getting them all at once basically. So that's why it's worth doing the winter ones. But yeah, I'm really happy with these. Just a closer look. These are the garlic outside, the ones I've just been talking about. They're doing really nice. I know it's hard to see from the distance over there, but yeah, they are coming nicely. And these are the onions. Pretty much all of them that I've planted have grown, which I'm very surprised about because you usually get a few that I just don't want to do anything. These are the strawberries. I said a few weeks back that I'm going to sort these out. I'm probably going to give them to the end of the month, trim them up, and I did say that these ones in here, if you can remember on the last video, we sorted these ones out. So these are the cut-offs, when you get the little stringy bits. I don't know what they're called. But yeah, these were the cut-offs from last year. I've potted them up, trimmed them up in about 3-4 videos ago. And they've not done much, but they're alive. And the plan is, there's some more there. So I'm just setting them in the polytunnel. And the plan is to sort this bed out, half it. So these are only 1 or 2 years old. So I'm going to half it, do one side, which are fresh this year, and then next year I'll take this side out and I'll put new ones in there. So it's always like 1 year, 2 year. Yeah, so that's the plan because strawberries, you don't want to keep them longer than 3 years, really. And lastly, we have the spring onions. We only planted 5, and I don't know if you know about these spring onions. I think they're probably one of the first videos we've done. We have been obviously following these and following the growth, and they have done some interesting things really. So yeah, we bought supermarket spring onions, and what we did is we cut the top green bits off and left about an inch of the white bit at the bottom, an inch to 2 inches. We then planted that, and we just wanted to see if it would regrow basically. And I'll show you. Here they are. So initially, so as you can see on the tops here, this is what we cut. That one there, and that one there. And obviously it's the same with all of them. So these grew first straight away. They grew really quick actually within 2-3 weeks of that. And then we started getting these middle bits. Now in the last video I showed you, these center ones here, these ones, they were a lot smaller and they seem to be shooting up. So if you were to do this at home, so you do cut-offs, and say you've got a kitchen windowsill, what you can do is cut them off, put them in, let them grow. You can eat them like this, that's not a problem. But I've let them carry on purposely just to see what happens. And they've produced basically new onions. So don't throw the ends of your spring onions out. Even if you cut, so if you do have spring onions, you can continuously keep growing spring onions. So I'm guessing you can just cut these off again. You always cut the ends bit off anyway, just leave them a little bit longer, and then you can regrow. I mean, honestly, I'm amazed. I didn't think they'd last this long. I mean, they're probably ready to eat now, to be honest, but I'm going to leave them just a couple more weeks, maybe until the end of March, and just see what happens. Yeah, so there's an update on everything. I just thought if I do an update on one video instead of them doing more separate, because we have been following a lot of plants, it's hard to keep up with them. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to sort through all my seeds, see what I'm going to plant in February, and maybe get them planted. But yeah, everything seems to be doing well. I'm really happy actually. I'm shocked. The garlic, it's, yeah, there you go. So if you got spare garlic in your cupboard, throw it in a pot, even leave it on the windowsill, wherever, in your garden, just in the corner, and you'll have garlic. Easy. I've not done much to it. I've just left it alone, let nature water it. Obviously in the summer I'm gonna obviously water it myself, but you know, it's a very easy plant to grow. But obviously it needs to go through the winter process, that cold spell. If you want to do it now, maybe let it grow till it sprouts a little bit, put it in the fridge for a couple of weeks, and then bring it out and plant it in the ground. Okay, that's digging done. I've started digging these beds basically because obviously I put fresh compost on them, horse manure, and what's happened is the grass has started growing through the straw, which is very common. That's why you should kind of take, when you've used horse manure, put it through a whole process for like a year and then use that the following year. But I've just put it straight onto the beds, and I do it quite often. It probably gives me more trouble than what it's worth, but these beds are quite new because I had a bit of a change around. Yeah, so I've only done these 4 here and these 2 and these 2. But what this used to be, so these 8 beds, these used to be 2 long ones. But so what I wanted to do was sort of change them around. Got a pigeon. Yeah, usually you get this time of the year when you plant, when you start digging, all the birds come out because they want the worms. So there you go. I'm feeding them while but I hope they don't eat too much worms. So yeah, so basically I wanted to plant kind of less and try out more, so I can give myself a little bit more space, even though it looks like I've got less space, but you know. But I had to dig them over because there was grass starting to grow and I didn't want that to root, so I've dug them over and dug the straw into the compost, and hopefully if I keep digging this every 2 weeks it should break down.